How's it going, guys? Cameron here, and in today's video I'm going to share how to make your workouts more productive. Now, from a trainer's perspective, when you see a lot of new people who come to the gym, they feel really motivated to work out, which is great, but then sometimes they either just wander around the gym trying to see what exercise is free, or they just do any exercise for the sake of being at the gym. And there's nothing inherently wrong with this, because this was exactly me back when I was doing my workouts in my garage. And back then I would just step into the garage and think of exercises on the spot. But in the end I would spend more time and energy just trying to think of exercises than actually performing them. So to save time on this, the first tip I'm going to share with you guys is to have a workout plan. Whether this is you writing down this yourself or asking a coach or trainer to create a program for you. But if you do it for yourself, it can be really simple. Have a list of exercises of what you want to do and how much you want to do for that single session. And then do this for the number of workouts you do in a week, and just repeat that for a couple months. I used to do this a lot, even before I took my training seriously. I just have a list there on a piece of paper and I'll just go through them and perform them. And once you become more of an intermediate lifter, you can create more of a program for yourself and add your rest times, your RPE, and any notes you want to put on. Now that you have your list of exercises, it's a good idea to bring it with you to every session when you're working out, or at least until you memorize it. You can either write it down, but if you don't want to feel old, then have it on your phone. But if you have it on your phone, make sure you're only using it for just looking at the exercises so you don't distract yourself with other apps. Speaking of phones, my next tip is to have a timer for your rest periods. If you like to do heavy strength compound work, where you're resting 3, 4, 5 minutes, then I recommend you definitely have a timer so you don't have to waste time trying to think of how much time has gone past. But if long rest periods aren't your style, it is still important when you're doing quick high intensity training, as the rest times there go extremely fast and you just need to have that timer so you stay on track and complete the workout in time. And this way you can rest your mind as well as your body instead of expending energy to think about how much time has gone past. Use either your smartphone, watch, or even just the clock at the gym. To help make your rest periods more productive, either go straight into another exercise for a superset or actively rest. And this means performing some light dynamic stretches, which will help keep your heart rate up and your muscles warm, but give some time for yourself to breathe too. So what happens now if you've made a plan, you have your timer, you know what to do in your rest periods, but then suddenly when you approach the exercise you want to do, it's taken and you're like, heck, what do I do now? And I know this all too well because my first exercises at the gym are typically at the squat rack, either doing squats itself, deadlifts, bench, or even pull-ups. And the gym I go to only has 2 squat racks, which gets a bit annoying, so you have to be pretty much there straight away. So if you can't change your workout schedule to a less busy time, then here's what I recommend. So you can either change the exercise order of your workout, so that way at least hopefully one exercise should be free of your plan. For example, let's say your second exercise is a T-bar row and that's taken. So you skip to, say, an ab exercise at the end, then come back to it, your T-bar row at the end of your workout. Or the other thing you can do is try and replicate the same movement, but still having it equally challenging. And I can understand this can be a difficult concept to grasp if you don't have a background in anatomy or biomechanics, but it's really quite simple. But say for example, the squat rack is taken at the gym and you want to use a bench press. Then in the exercise of bench press, your arms are starting from here and they're going pushing towards you, back here to here. So what other exercise replicate this movement to target the chest? A dumbbell bench press, push-ups, a chest press machine, or even a cable fly. If you're supposed to be doing a lat pull down, then do a pull-up or chin-up if you can, inverted rows, or even dumbbell or barbell rows. If you're training the posterior chain for your legs, i.e. your glutes and hamstrings, and you can't perform a back squat, then perform some weighted lunges, some Bulgarian split squats, hip thrusts, or even remaining deadlifts. So your body only understands tension and not how much weight you're lifting. So you could just stand around waiting for the exercise to be free, but that would be wasting time and being unproductive. So instead, have some backup exercises handy, so when the time comes, you're still being productive, you're getting your workout done, and you actually still look like you know what you're doing. That's the end of this video, guys. I hope you have learned a method or two on how to make your workouts more productive. And if you did, if you could spare a few seconds to give this video a like, that would be very much appreciated. My name is Cameron, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See you later.